Okay, this is lesson 1 of U.S. history, the earliest Americans, and in this lesson we answer, where do the first people who came to America, where did they come from, why did they come here? And the real truth to the answer to this question is we don't know 100%. There are many theories that historians and scientists have, and we can't prove any of it at this point. However, we do have some strong theories, and I'm going to talk about the most popular theory today, which is that the first Americans probably crossed what is called the Bering Land Bridge into America from Asia during the last ice age. The first migration. People or animals move from place to place for many reasons, but the most common reasons are to improve their resources, to obtain food more easily, to obtain, today, to obtain better jobs, or to obtain safety, for security, for better climate. And we think this is what happened. We think that the animals, some kind of a large mammal, walked across what is called the Bering Land Bridge from Asia into Alaska, and at some point, early hunters followed this animal. You say walk, how could you walk? There's an ocean in the way. Well, during the Ice Age, we believe that sea levels were lower because the ice contracted the water, and you could actually walk from Asia to Alaska. So these early hunters walked across, hunted the animals, and maybe spread out in this new land that they discovered in Alaska. And then over time, eventually the earth warmed up, the sea levels rose again, and these new people were trapped in the New World, thus becoming the first permanent Americans. We think this could have happened somewhere between 10,000 and 38,000 years ago. Geologists can prove that there was an ice age at that time. We can see that in ice samples from the poles. We can see that in rock samples as well. And that is the reason we know there was an ice age. But in terms of what the people did during the ice age, because there was no written records, we are just basically speculating or forming hypotheses that have not been proven yet. There are other theories of what happened and how people got to America. Some people say that people called the Solutreans came across from Europe following seal or walruses, and may have came across the ice there during the winter. Other people have thought that the world, civilized world, is actually much older than we think, and that people actually previously lived in North and South America before that time. It could be that all three theories are true, and people got to America in all those ways. However, the most accepted theory is that people walked across the Bering Land Bridge into America in search of food and got trapped here when the sea levels rose. The Bering Land Bridge is now called the Bering Strait. It's right up here, and it's shallow ocean today, but during the Ice Age, the ice would have contracted the water, and you could have walked across there. Here's a better map of that. You can see all that would have been in one huge landmass connecting Siberia with America. And we think that people eventually migrated all the way down to South America that originated crossing the land bridge. For these early people, who were they? They had to be hunters and gatherers, we believe. Farming had not been developed yet. They had to kill large animals. And this is the Stone Age, which meant that tools were made out of stone at the time. And Stone Age tools are not that effective, and so people hunting these large animals was very dangerous. You were very likely to be killed by the animals you were hunting, as the animals defended themselves. And you can kind of see that in that artist's rendition here behind me. Hunting woolly mammoths and caribou and things like that. Very difficult, very dangerous. And people lived short, difficult, dangerous lives at this time period, and had a lot of suffering as well. And if they were lucky enough to kill something, they probably they did have to use every part of the animal. They'd use the skin, the bone, all the tissues. They would eat all the meat, including the organs, everything for survival. So nothing was wasted when they were lucky enough to get a kill. So what can we learn from these people? Well, these people evolved. They adapted to the world around them. They changed with the world around them, and because of that, they had the courage to push forward in these difficult times, and the courage to cross into a new land. We believe that America was established. So even today, we should have the courage to continue to change, adapt, and grow so that we can live the best lives we can. So that's the end of lesson 1, and we will continue these lessons as the year goes on. Thank you.